Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Forrest Walpole here, and welcome back to another live stream. And yes, it is a serious one again, because there's been something that I've been seeing on Twitter, of course it's always on Twitter, right, that has played, that has piqued my attention, and I have been hearing about it non-stop on my Twitter feed from so many different content creators, and it's time we have a discussion about it. So, I want to talk about the game that's been making rounds in regard to why I'm making this. But first and foremost, I just want to make the obvious statement in that you do not what's it? You do not dictate the content creators on what games he or she or they can or cannot play. Because it is up to the content creator themselves to do it. As if I had to make that statement. But apparently I had to. Because so many people on Twitter were being given a whole lot of flack today. Just today alone, by the way. And I mean a whole lot of flack. It is the worst amount of bullcrap I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay? Um, it is the worst amount of bullcrap I've ever seen. Everybody, you probably know what game it was, because this was a game that was coming out, and every time it's brought up, people want to start their usual shit talk about it, right? Like, so, let me just explain this much, okay? I will say, obviously, I want to just state the obvious here. You never, ever, ever should tell one content creator what they can or cannot play. Like, if you want to suggest a game to them, that's totally fine. I wholeheartedly agree with that, because that's just a suggestion. You're not telling them, you're not going onto their streams and being all like, well, you shouldn't play this game. You should play a whole different game altogether. That is beyond disrespectful, not just to, well, really to the person themselves, him or her themselves, but also to the fact that they're trying to but also to their viewers as well, because there's a reason why they're playing the game if they have any viewers. But still, the fact of the matter is to act like to act like it's okay to say that kind of shit to anybody, or even so much as like go against what their plan is disrespectful. Because like, dude, nobody is telling you to watch the content creator or let alone that stream. You don't like. You could be a fan of the content creator and still not watch a stream. I mean, I do that with almost every. Like, I do that with every person that I support. I still support. There may be streams that I may not want to go to for one reason or another, but I still support them because I know that I don't dictate what they can or cannot play. I'm not one to do that. But yeah, we got people on the Twitter, because again, of course, it's Twitter, and people like to hide behind the power of anonymity and basically pull that crap where they're always just like, well, maybe you should play a different game, or don't play that game, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, it's the content creator's choice to play the game. You don't have to be there if you don't want to watch them play it. Now, if you don't, maybe you do know, maybe you don't know, but the game in question that I'm talking about, that I'm referring to, is Hogwarts Legacy, which is coming out later this month on last gen and current gen consoles. Now, I have been seeing on Twitter so many people putting so many content creators on full blast. One person actually ended up canceling their stream because of this shit, by the way. But the whole bullshit story goes that, and I call it bullshit because the logic behind this is yeah to me. But the whole thing is, some dumbasses on their Twitter, because of course they are, are saying basically, well, if you support a game like Hogwarts Legacy, that means you support J.K. Rowling, which means you are transphobic. Let that sink in a little bit, okay? So the people like me who probably would want to play a game like that are being called transphobic just because of the fact that the game, that parts of the, some of the amount of money being made of the game are going to J.K. Rowling. Sometimes that's a risk you have to take with buying something that you want to play. I mean, hell, I mean, look, think about it like this. You got J.K. Rowling in regard to Harry Potter. You've got, what's his name, the director of Jeepers Creepers, with a series that some people may like and others may not like for one reason or another, but still. And you even have the Epstein brothers in regard to Scream. But that's not stopping anybody from at least watching, if not playing something, or reading something for that matter. As a matter of fact, you can actually enjoy what you're watching, reading, playing. And you can also hate the person behind, the mind that brought you these things at the same time. Yes, you can. People just refuse to acknowledge that because, of course, they don't. So, where do I stand with people in regard to playing or not playing Hogwarts Legacy? Personally, if anybody that I'm subscribed to wants to play it, that's fine. If you don't want, if the people that if any number of the people that I'm subscribed to don't want to play it, that's fine too. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not my choice to determine what you, the content creator, do or do not play. It's just up to me to see if I want to watch it. For one reason, if I do or do not want to watch it. But of course, there are going to be those people that are going to be like, well, I'm going to go into this stream and cause a little bit of mayhem and then just stay there, even though I know I could just, I don't know, not go in there to begin with. Because, of course, the internet is full of people that do that kind of thing. And it really boggles my mind, being like, well, geez, this guy wasted everybody's time. This person wasted everybody's time. Even, hey, Karen, how you doing tonight? But yeah, everybody just, I always love those type of people that come onto the stream, you know, you know, crap talk on the, uh, excuse me, on the content creator, and everybody just be like, well, you could have just, I don't know, not been here. So that's the way, basically wasting everybody's time, even the commenter themselves. So yeah, I just find that hilarious that people do that, as well as the fact that I'm seeing people. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, King. By the way, just having a little conversation about video games and content creators, and the fact that I believe that viewers could make a suggestion on what games they would like to see their favorite content creator slash creators play, but don't overstep the boundary by dictating what he, she, or they play. And I've covered my bases there because I don't know who's all watching this, like who's all wanting to comment or lurk here. And if you want to comment, that's fine. If you want to lurk, that's fine too. I'm just saying. But anyway, but yeah, so, but yeah, that's my belief on it. And honestly, I understand why some people want to, like, if only there was a poll with every game ever, right? But yeah, the one game that I'm thinking of right now, because I keep seeing it being, I have been on my Twitter all day today, and like, at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the storm happens with people going off on other people who are deciding to want to play the game Hogwarts Legacy. And I say that specifically again because every time that game gets brought up, every time, even when a person is announcing they're going to play it, they're met with some random dumbass who wants some 5 minutes of fame. And I'm calling them dumbasses because, dude, you're literally just being an idiot by actually thinking that you're going to change their person's mind. Although, sadly, this did lead to one person canceling their Hogwarts Legacy stream because people gotta be. How do I say this in a kid friendly manner? Uh, they're being very disrespectful. I'll just say that much. But yeah, so as far as Hogwarts Legacy goes, let me just say Hogwarts Legacy is literally that one example where you could enjoy a game knowing full well that part of the amount of money that you're paying to play the game will go to will in part go to the person that created the series based on that this game is based on that you absolutely hate for their comments. You can actually do that. You can love the series, but you can also hate the author for one reason or another. Anybody who says, no, you can't, I'm sorry to say, but yes, you can. The only reason why you want to say, no, you can't, is because you want 5 minutes of fame, because of course you do. I'm questioning if I should buy it. Okay, see, I'm personally thinking about buying it because I love the Harry Potter series. I have all 7 books. I have the screenplays of those Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movies that these screenplays are based off of. I even have the book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them that the movies are based on. But yet, I can literally just sit here and say, because of her past comments, I really don't care about J.K. Rowling. But I love the series that she made. And yes, that is something that you can do. So the way I see it is that if you want to play the game, that's fine. If you want to buy it, I don't care. If you don't want to buy it, I still don't care. Because number one, it's your choice, it's your money. Who am I to dictate what you do with it? And number two, like I said before, let's say you wanted to buy it, but you're not sure if you want to stream it or not because of how many people are being put on full blast because of them deciding I want to stream the game. Again, if you want to stream it, that's fine by me. If you don't want to stream it, I'm cool with that too. And I can find that understandable. But because of how bad this hate for the game has been, somebody, one of the VTubers that I kind of know, but I haven't watched much of their content recently, I've heard that they were doing a return stream after a month-long break, or, just inactivity for one reason or another. They were wanting to come back by playing Hogwarts Legacy, and that person got a lot of flack for it. And then when she tried to explain herself on, well, I just wanted to play this game because I thought it was fun, explaining herself as to why she was going to do that as a return stream, that also got flacked, and that led to her basically canceling the stream because, of course, people who love to hide behind the power of anonymity just cannot let people be. They just can't let people be because, of course, they gotta put in their 2 cents in the most disrespectful manner possible. Now, I've seen gameplay footage of the game, and I actually think it's a good game in itself. So, but I'm still thinking about buying it right now because I haven't got my PlayStation stuff hooked up yet. I might be doing that here soon, so that way I can start streaming on my PS4 again. Especially since we got WWE 2K23 on the horizon, coming out next month. But that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is, let's. I want to give a few examples as to other people that people can hate, right? Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, the director did some really fucked up shit. If you don't know what he did, I would not look it up. if you know what he did, you can understand why people are very pissed off and they probably don't want to watch the series because of it. But in my opinion, if you like the series but you hate the director for what he did, I would be okay with that because the director did some really fucked up shit, and he should have gotten more punishment than he got, but whatever. Another one that I could see, Bill Cosby. Basically anything that involves Bill Cosby. You can love the show, the shows, movies, and anything else in between that he did, but yet you can still hate the man. Michael Jackson. You can love his music, but you can also hate the person. Who else we got? Let me think of another person. Let me think of another person or two that we got here. Actually, they're the only people I can think of. But you kind of get my drift. You kind of... I can actually say, because this is a wrestling person, and here's the person that we see on the screen in WCW and WWE and ECW is different from his outside persona. How about a company? I was about to talk about a wrestler. Chris Benoit. So many people don't like him for what happened in 2007, but a lot of people liked his character that he played on the screen before all that what happened took place. As far as companies go, EA. So many people don't like EA for doing the the loot box stuff that they did, starting especially with Star Wars Battlefront 2. You could hate you could hate, some of their business practices, but you could love their games. What other video game personality / company could I say? Maybe Activision, I think, like Konami, Activision, Naughty Dog, to name a few more gaming companies. They all have made great games, but they all have a little bit of problem, regardless of how big or how small. The problems are in the companies, but yet you can also love their games there too. I wholeheartedly believe that. That's the point. What did Konami do? People hated Konami just because of because of that whole thing between them and Hideo Kojima, as far as I know, and also the fact that they actually try to make a game without his nut. Companies can make their games, and sometimes they care more about money than the people. Exactly. Nintendo. I'm thinking of Nintendo now that you said that. Because, while I know that Nintendo made some damn good games, and they sometimes contribute to damn good games, they have, for the last number of years, have made the business practice of basically making near bare-bone preach. They have made barely good games at full price. And I say barely good because they're good, but they feel like they're not worth the price, you know what I mean? Kind of like the last number of sports games that they've made. They've done Mario Strikers Battle League, Mario Golf Super Rush, Mario Party Superstars. I think I made my case, but you see the point I'm trying to make. Well, I'm going to head out now. I'm getting tired. Alright, King. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Appreciate you for stopping by. Many people want to make the games, and when there are people who care about money, they battle, and it turns out it's not a very good game. Yep. The only other time that I honestly kind of got really irritated with the gaming community before this, actually, was Cyberpunk 2077. Now, of course, you can say what you want to say about CD Projekt Red, but here's the reason why I kind of got a bit mad at the gaming community more than the company. The company messed up in caving in to the fans that were waiting for the game. So I'll go up. So that's their due that I'll give to them for messing up on. But for the most part, the gaming community were getting fed up with the number of delays that this game was having. And then so many people were like, we're tired of waiting. We want the game now. And then, so CD Projekt Red were like, all right, fine. We were trying to be nice and patient with you, but since y'all want the game and you can't wait for us to fix it up so we can actually release it in good condition, here you go. And then the fucking storm starts. Because people, critics, and, just the gaming community in general hated that game. So the companies keep trying to get better, and while they do this, the other gamers like me and you start to fade out of the idea. Well, that's because they're trying to cater to the new generation. They want to be with the times that we kind of are and kind of are not part of. It just depends. But yeah, when that whole fiasco happened, I'm more like, well, I can see why CD Projekt Red got a little bit of flack for caving into the fans. At the same time, the gaming community should have been a bit more patient, because I would rather wait like 10 years and play a damn good game over having a game that came out after like 2 or 3 years but it'd still be trash. And when they had all this time to make sure it was the greatest game ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is, like, I want to play a damn good game, whether it's amazing, great, or good. Like, if it's bad or terrible, I would say so. But for the most part, the games that I played over, like, in the past, aside from maybe one or two, I consider damn good games because of, like, they may not be the best of games, but they weren't the worst of games. The only game that I personally don't like right now, not even Fortnite is not as bad as this game. Which, so many people who see me know how much I don't like Fortnite, and that kind of goes into what I'm saying with the thing earlier, in that, like, if somebody plays Fortnite, I'm not gonna go into their stream and be like, why are you playing Fortnite? This game's terrible. Play a different game. Because that's dictated, and it's very disrespectful, and let alone rude to the person that's wanting to play the game for the people that actually do want to play the game with them. That's how it is. So, excuse me. But you see what my point is. But yeah, to me personally, I just find it kind of stupid that people nowadays are being so impatient with things that it's literally to the point to where I feel like the reason why companies like Nintendo. Wait, let's see here. I waited for 4 years on BATDR, and it ended amazingly. I know the idea of being patient. You speak the truth. I'm trying to just imagine memes with the idea of Fortnite being bad. Oh, you want to know something funny? I think somebody actually made a post. They made a meme Twitter account where, where because of how IGN rated Fortnite, they just kept looking for all these other games that were like, well, IGN rated this higher than Fortnite. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, so, but yeah. But I feel like that's why companies like Nintendo, now that I think about it, that's probably why game companies like Nintendo are coming out with games that feel they feel like they're good games, but they're also kind of not really worth the $60 that they sell them for. Is because of those people that want to flip their fucking lid every time a game is said, oh, well, we are going to, we're going to postpone this game. They want to get the game out right now just so the fans don't go against them. Because nowadays, for some reason, a number of people can't seem to comprehend the idea that quality is better than quantity. Like, I would rather have a better game. I would rather a game that works really well, regardless of how long it takes. Even if it takes 20 years, if the game is released 20 years after 20 years of development hell. Yes, that is a term, by the way, for those who actually don't know it. But I would rather play a game that has been in 20 years of development hell that went really good. Because if it turned out to be a bad game, I can understand the frustration. But at the same time, that's no excuse for going off on companies that have decided to postpone a game's release for one reason or another, if not a multitude of different reasons. And you know, when the company behind Hogwarts Legacy announced that they were going to postpone Hogwarts Legacy from late 2022 to this month in 2023, people were flipping their lid about it, doing that, and I'm like, oh great, here we go, another 2077. And it turned out in the end that we got it anyway, but over a different thing going on here. So, at the end of the day, am I going to put anybody that decides to play the game on full blast because of reasons? No. I'm not, I'm going to still support the people that I'm supporting right now, because there's a reason why I've supported them in the first place. And to not support them over one simple video game, to me, is childish behavior. Because it goes to show that if you understand the common sense that is of, like I said earlier, you could love a creation, but you can hate the creator of the creation. Yes, you can. If you somehow missed that memo, well, congratulations. I've said it like 3 times, 2 or 3 times at least in this video. So now you should have no excuse as to why you're still, and I'm saying this in general because I know not everybody's acting like this, because now you have no reason or excuse, mainly an excuse, to explain why you cannot comprehend the fact that people want to play a game that they were very keen on playing. That's like me being a WWE fan and wanting to play WWE 2K23. That's like if I was choosing to play that game series, and then somebody's being like, well, this is a company that had Vince McMahon at the helm by the time this game was almost done. So you must really support people. You must really support businesses like that. Let's see. I don't remember many games I know the world have made today, and blaming a whole company on a single game is stupid. Yeah, but I don't think, I wouldn't really say, it's really not about the company. Let's see, but 343's company would make one game and I'm wrecking it. When you say wrecking it, what do you mean? Are you talking about, in a good way? They just knocked it out of the ballpark. One of the greatest games I ever played. Either this year or possibly of all time, or the bad wrecking it, where it's like, why did I waste so much time and money on this damn game? I'm just asking because I don't want to make assumptions, because we all know what that is. We all know the saying of assumptions. They are killing franchise of Halo. Oh! Oh! Okay. Because I know that PlayStation now owned Bungie, who were the creators of the Halo franchise. So I'm guessing Xbox had to find somebody else to make the games for them because of that. But either way, and again, that's going to be a little bit different to what I just said, but in a little bit of a way, it's true. You can love a franchise of video games, yet you can also hate or you can hate at least one of the games that were made in that series. I mean, take Twisted Metal, for example. majority of the people hate Twisted Metal 3. And I don't know about the most recent Twisted Metal, which was released in 2012. But I know like a good amount of people don't really care too much for Twisted Metal 3, specifically for the very short and I won't say very bad endings that the game has. Um, oh, excuse me. But yeah, I know people that love Halo, and I can understand why. And they could also hate one of the games that are in Halo, and I could agree with it. I could see something like I could see something like Call of Duty having at least like one or two games that I probably don't care for, but I still like the franchise. Even though I don't really care too much for some people in the fan base because it's literally, it's literally like game comes out, person plays it, and they're like, yay, new game, yeah. Sometime down the road, this game is trash. I don't want to play. I'm not playing another Call of Duty game for as long as I live. New game comes out, and the process repeats all over again. I think I actually remember saying that in Donnie DeNoble's Twitter page one time. I don't know if I got a response from him or not, but let's see. Yeah, there are the games that are good and games that are bad. Even the FPS world has its good and bad games. Halo 3 is better than Halo 5. That doesn't make the whole franchise bad. It's just one that... Exactly. Exactly. And the fact that I had to make this conversation video tells you how bad the internet is. Because I really should not... Like when I said in regard to how to treat VTubers, because I know that some VTubers... And I know I'm going off topic, but bear with me here. Because I know that some VTubers are being treated like eye candy, as well as, some people out there are thinking more like they're just thinking about VTubers as potential love interests, blah blah blah, and basically they're not treating them with the dignity and respect that they deserve. I would know this because I treat every single one of them with dignity and respect, and I know that at least five of these people that I support have shown pictures, and or I have seen somebody personally treat them like hitting on them or doing or saying some really messed up shit that makes me go, that's an adult? That sounds like a child in an adult's body. But yeah, the fact that I have to make this video kind of tells you how bad the internet is these days, and it's really sad because it's like, and it goes back again. People just have the power of anonymity to hide behind it, and then they want to use the age-old excuse, because it really is an excuse of, well, I never said that. A family member of mine did, and I'm like, two problems with this argument. First of all, do you really trust your family, anybody, you would really trust any member of your family to know your email and password on the things that you have, whether it be social media or streaming services? And two, you would really be dumb enough you would really actually, like, leave your window open for your family member to come in and, try to get you in trouble? Yeah, I don't buy either of those. I don't buy that for $1 at all. Yeah, that goes to show how bad, that goes to show how bad I consider that argument to be. I mean, it could work, but still, let's see. That's why, man, the world has changed. The man is least honest when he speaks as himself. But give him a mask and he will tell you truth. Dude, I'm not wearing a mask. I speak as much truth as I possibly can. There's a reason why I don't delete, unless otherwise needed to, for one reason or another. I don't delete my streams. I've only ever had to delete 2 streams. The first stream was a Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled stream. I had to delete that because a friend of mine, for some reason, decided to put put his phone number in the chat, number by number, back to back to back to back. And then later on, he told me, "Dude, you're gonna have to delete that video." And I said, "Why?" Because I left my phone number on there, and I'm like, "Why would you do that in the first place?" And I'm not gonna badmouth him because it was just an honest mistake on his part that he shouldn't have made. But you know, people tend to be forgetful at times. And the other stream that I had to do was a cooking stream. I forget what I was. I think I was doing spaghetti because I love me some good spaghetti. But I had to delete that stream because family was in the background. And my family do not really like having their voices or their likeness to be shown and like to be heard and shown respectively. So yeah, those are the only. But everything else. Hey, cosplayer! Inside their face. You're a good person, amazing streamer. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you for that. I have to be on my second account. I'm sorry, cosplayer. I forgot to look into that. I'm sorry. But at least you're here with us. At least you're here with us. I'll look into that after the stream. I promise. I just gotta remember it was on the... It was on, yeah, it was on the, I think it was either on the last or second to last Mario 64 stream. It's right, no sweat, lol. But yeah, as you can tell, we're having a serious discussion about how people are basically going off on people who want to play how people are wanting to play Hogwarts Legacy, and that people were going off on those who want to play it because it's the choice of the streamer that if they want to play the game or not, to me. But everybody else that's thinking very stupidly are all like, well, that's if you do this, you're transphobic. Just because part of the money is going to J.K. Rowling. And my argument against that logic is you could love a franchise or a franchise or a series, and then you can hate the person / people, any of them, any number of the people who created it, at the same time. And now here we are. Trying to say I like this stream. There's also Tony and Forrest. Thank you for making this and doing me a good friend. And hopefully we have a chance to meet again soon. And that's actually Cubs player. His other account, I forget what happened to his Cubs player account, but he made another account. He made 2 separate accounts, but his second main one is currently got banned by one of my new mods, because I guess they didn't know how a raid works, so I explained it to them. And so I kind of let him off with a bit of an explanation as to why you don't ever do that when they're doing a hashtag Ballamatic raid, you know, blah blah blah. And that's when it happened, was when Ballamatic raided me. But either way, yeah, Noldy, I hope you have a good rest of your night. But yeah, that was basically the whole thing there. What time is it anyway? Actually, let me see here. Wait, where's my... I think I may have... I think I may have left my, Oh no, it's right here, actually. Never mind. I had it right here behind me. Yeah, so... I will probably end the stream now, because I think I pretty much talked about all I wanted to talk about. But... seeing as how it is still early in the night, kind of speaking, I might actually stream again with another game. Because like, I'm basically wanting to stream either Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, because I am enjoying that game with Justice for All, and I really enjoyed the first game. And then you have Super Mario 64. Oh, and in case anybody is going to ask me, will I be streaming and or at least watching the Nintendo Direct coming out tonight. Alright, Nanya, thank you for stopping by. I'll be ending the stream shortly. So if you want to partake in a raid real quick before we end the stream, we can do that. The only problem is I would probably need to get somebody to help me out here. Let me see if we got anybody here. That we could potentially raid, and I'm actually one above where I wanted to go. Let's see who we got live tonight. Oh, I know exactly who we are rating for this stream. Cubs player, whoever is still here? Could you do? I'm not gonna ban anybody because I know anybody can still do this. I think. If anybody can get the link for Tom Leo, I want to go. Okay, never mind. All right. Well, either way, I'm gonna be ending the stream anyway. So, we don't have to rate anybody for this stream if I'm going to be streaming again here shortly. I'm just gonna take a little breather. So I'll be going back live at 10 p.m., if not around 10 p.m. And I'm going to end the stream right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for stopping by. Long story short, the moral of this video: don't be an asshole to content creators that are playing games that you don't want to play, like you don't like or don't support. Like don't hate on them for doing that. Be good people, be respectful. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the story here. The whole point of the conversation that I've had. And another moral of the story: you can like a creation, but also hate. You can like a creation, like a franchise or a series, but also hate the person/people involved in the games, as well as you can also hate a game from that series if you wanted to. Long story short, just don't be a dick. That's basically what it is. Don't be a dick. But yeah, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the stream here. I will be going live, like I said, at 10 o'clock, if not around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will see you guys here in about 10 minutes. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, until 10 minutes from now, this is Force Walpole, signing off.